Farscape Engineers Inspector repair video. Inspector Manessas here. We're here at Georgian Court University at one of the buildings identified on my list, but I don't know the name right now, but I will identify. First issue, we've got a lot of deterioration on this door window here, so this needs to be make sure that this is functional, but it's really rotting. The whole bottom is rotted, water damage. Tying this back into the building here, all original hardware here. So square head bolts are non-critical. What that means is that on here, these bolts can stay, but these bolts up here must be swapped out. This must be swapped out, but those can stay as long as they're tight. So any corner rails, postings, you gotta change out the bolts. But anything that's a decorative line, non-critical, they can stay if they're in good to excellent condition. Change this bolt out. Square head bolts, for example, here they've got a solid, but then a very small little connection here, and they need to be cleaned. So if the connection needs to be cleaned, then I want it reinforced or replaced, whichever's faster or easier. But here, these can stay because these are non-critical. But if it was a post, this is actually a pretty long length and needs a post. These are acting like posts. But I'm also looking to put in more lines here, because if anybody was to trip down this fire escape, you could basically fall left or fall right and get jammed up. So you need more lines to stop people from jamming into the fire escape staircase going down. A lot of these treads are all original hardware. So the water has built up and gotten into the cracks and crevices in a lot of these. So if the tread, after cleaning, is determined to have a very good, healthy square head bolt, then all we need is another bolt in the middle of it. Put another bolt right there in the middle. Keep the original if they're in good to excellent condition. If they're not, swap them out. Usually all supports and all treads get swapped out. That support up there has a rivet. That rivet needs to be backed up with a new bolt, or take that rivet out and put in a new bolt. So all critical connections must be reinforced or replaced. All non-critical connections can stay once if the bolt is in good to excellent condition. So all these treads are original hardware, 50 to 75 years old. During my inspection, this is a perfect example how much rust is growing. Now the only thing holding this platform in position is this, and the other side has the same issue. Now the whole platform here, you can see the holes. It's rotted out, so there's no bolts holding this side. So this is a life safety issue here that should be attended to immediately. You can sort of see the white and the bolt holes. They used to have bolts, they're gone. And again, all original hardware. This fire escape, I haven't seen any hex head bolts anywhere. See the treads growth? All that tread growth means that these treads are ready to pop. So again, any place where rust has grown, the connection must have new bolts. All critical connections must be rebolted. All non-critical connections need to be verified that they're in good to excellent condition. This staircase, left side and right side, same thing. You need 2 or 3 more straps going down to avoid any issue with this fire escape. This fire escape is older than 1978, presumed to have lead. One of the key indicators is the red-based primer that this has. Orange or red is usually an indicator that it's lead-based. I will have a tester on this anyway, but this fire escape looks like it has a lead-based primer. All these treads going down, same exact situation. All original hardware, no evidence of any maintenance in its lifetime. See the connections here, the stringers, all the rust growth. These stringer clips need all to be cleaned out and then rebolted, silicone shut. After you prime and paint the area, silicone shut it. See this roof connection here. This needs to be addressed usually. And what we'll do here, most likely, what we want to do is basically get this all on pressure-treated sleepers, 3 inches above this, so that way the roof can be changed at any time in the future by simply removing the pressure-treated sleepers that this rests upon. So the pressure-treated sleeper rests on the roof, is rubber roofed to the roof, and then we tie into the pressure-treated sleeper. That's the proper way, otherwise you're going to get leaks all the time. But we got a lot of rust growth. Again, I'm looking for evidence of maintenance. This fire escape is 50 to 75 years old or older. Never had a maintenance on it. I can't see any evidence of any bolts. So if these bolts are all good, they can stay. I need a bolt in the middle of the two If it's faster to change out the bolt, change out the bolt. Otherwise, I want to drill a hole, put in a bolt. Now we'll sign off on this here. Any questions? And as far as the footing, we need to get this cement slab painted with a protectant so that it will stop absorbing water. Otherwise, it'll start eating the steel that's tied into it. And usually at the feet, I use tar around the feet where it won't get on your shoes, but close to it, I use tar and tar this all up so that it won't get in there. Any questions? Again, must be a licensed renovator that understands the EPA requirements for lead. Must be a licensed contractor. Must have a workers' comp and liability. Licensed renovator to touch this fire escape due to the EPA. This is Inspector Menezes. 800-649-3333. 800-649-3333. Fire escape engineers. Any questions and any bids to Mark at Georgian University.